Today, and there were some people gathering in Green Square in the center of Tripoli, but also who went to Green Square was Muammar Gaddafi himself, and gave a speech, spoke to, I guess he had his own supporters there, telling them that they should prepare to defend their country against the foreigners and people who are attacking Libya, and that Libya would become red with fire, he said. What did that mean to you? Did you hear him? Was that broadcast on TV inside Libya as well?
Yeah, it was on state television. Ever since we saw Gaddafi's first speech, we knew he was done for. It was a speech of death. That's what we call it here. The speech he had today, it was nothing. We didn't even pay attention to it. We didn't even care about it. What Gaddafi says or does not matter to us anymore. All that matters to us is that he's gone. Whatever he threatens us to do, we don't really care because we've already decided we're going to give up our lives for freedom. Doesn't matter how much blood we have to shed. We will do it to get our freedom back. And when Gaddafi says he's going to arm people, he's already armed people. He's already done that. And right now, if he really had something to do, he would have done it. Right, what he's doing right now is they're just empty threats.
We are not going to identify you, and I don't want to ask you any questions that would help identify who you are, but I have to ask, your English is perfect, so I presume you were educated abroad.
Yes, I was.
Can I ask how old you are?
I'm 18.
As a young person like yourself, what does this moment mean to you?
For me, the most important thing is that after this, when we're finally free, hopefully, that means I can get up in the morning and decide for myself what I want to do. And that's the most important thing, just to have the freedom to decide, the freedom to speak up to something that's wrong. That's basically all I want, and all most Libyans want.
We've been corresponding with you through emails for some days now, and today you felt that you could speak, or you wanted to be on the radio. What is it about today that maybe gives you the courage or the desire to speak out?
Well, in Libya, you must keep in mind that everything is always monitored. Everything is always being watched. You're always being kept on tab. Today, what was different was just the sense of urgency that happened, how after Friday prayer, there was just this eruption of gunshots outside. And also, I couldn't speak without having the consent of my loved ones to make sure that they weren't in danger, to make sure they were okay with it, because by speaking to you, I'm not only putting myself in danger, but I'm also putting the rest of my family in danger too. And also because I just wanted to have my voice heard out that we in Libya, we want freedom and we want to be free. And I really feel like we're really close to getting it right now. And I really hope that we're going to get our freedom really soon, because that's what most of us feel right now.
You said before that you think that from what you heard from Colonel Gaddafi, his speeches, it indicates to you and others that he's finished, that he's desperate. But he has warned that he will do something before he goes. How difficult do you think it's going to be to finally see Colonel Gaddafi and his family leave power in Libya?
It's going to be really easy. We don't want them anymore. We haven't wanted them for a long time. We'll celebrate, we'll be happy, we'll finally be free. We describe him as a psychopath, a lunatic. He's crazy. We don't want him anymore. He's made our life miserable, and that's it. It's going to be really easy to get rid of him. Unlike Egypt, we're not going to be talking about his dignity and his legacy and whatever. No, he's gone, he's gone. We don't want him anymore.
But are you afraid of what he might do before he goes?
Benghazi is already free. Most of the eastern part of Libya is already under the hands of protesters. Misrata is in the hands of protesters. So many areas are under the hands of protesters. I don't know what we have to fear. The worst he can do is wipe Tripoli out. And if he wants to wipe Tripoli out, that's a small price to pay for our freedom. There are already 2,000 deaths, and he doesn't seem to care. So why would he care for any more deaths? And we recognize that. We know this man. We know what he can do. We know what he will do. We don't care. We've already decided we're giving up our lives for our freedom. And whatever he says, whatever he does, will not change that.
I admire your courage.
Okay, thank you very much. And I hope this brings out the true story of what's happening in Libya, of the passion that's going into it, and of all the sacrifice.
Are you going to go out and join any of the protests in the streets?
Actually, I was planning to go out today. But unfortunately, the members of my neighborhood, it was only the youth who went, and not so many other people. And you have to realize that when you're going out here, it's not like Tahrir Square. It's not like what happened in Tunis. When you go out here, the minute you step out, you're going to get shot down. So I decided that by bringing up my voice and not going to protest, at least I would get some of the world to know what was going on, rather than going, dying, and having no one find out.
I appreciate you speaking with us very much. Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Anytime. Bye-bye. Bye.
A young woman spoke to us from Tripoli via Skype, and we didn't disclose her identity because she fears for her safety.